Let me ask you a question. Should you be childlike? Let me ask you this question in one more way. Should you, in some ways, be childlike? I think that we would all agree to that and say yes. There's a sense that there's a wonder in children, there's a creativeness in children, there's a lack of all the inhibitions that we have built up through the years that feel like they paralyze us that exist in children until the world beats all those things out of them. And part of our job as parents is to make sure that it doesn't, right? So let me ask you this: it's like, would you say that those parts of you that are meant to or that are better if they are more childlike, are those parts of you still alive, or have they slowly died out? Has that fire burned out? Has the winds of life completely blown that out of you? Do you still have wonder? Do you still have curiosity? Do you still have the desire to struggle through learning things and to grow? Because really, like when we get down to the base level of things and say, what is a child? A child is someone that has not fully grown up yet. A child is someone who is still moldable. A child is someone that is looking up to others and learning. A child is one that's taking in the world and learning from it. I mean, apart from just growing physically taller and getting bigger, that's what a child is. So most of you that are watching this have fully grown up physically, but have you also grown up so much that you've lost all those other parts of you? If you have, let's just take a moment, take a deep breath, and start to believe that maybe there's some parts of you that have died that can be reawakened, and that should be reawakened. In some ways, like, this is a deep subject to touch upon. Some of you, if you look back to your childhood, some of our childhoods weren't great. But you can look back to your childhood and say, I wish I was a little more like that. Or I used to like this. Or I used to be like this. Or I used to see the world this way. And now I don't anymore. And the world has done that to me. And now I am bitter against the world. Or humans did that to me. Now I'm bitter against humans. Or my job did that to me. And now I'm resentful. So on and so forth. Or I'm stuck in life. I can't grow. All the factors against me are holding me down. There's no way that I can get out of it. I've tried 1,000 times. This is my lot in life, and I'm stuck having to endure it. So if that's any of our mindsets, I encourage you, as someone who's been fighting like heck to keep my idealism alive in my 30s, as I'm hit with bills, as I'm hit with all kinds of things that are trying to cut that down. It's like, I encourage you, let's rekindle this fire together, and I think that we can do it through the medicine of reading. And it doesn't just need to be nonfiction. It doesn't just need to be classical literature. Some of us need to get out of our box and quit feeling like we're wasting our time when we're reading fiction, and say there's things that exist in story that in some ways they're meta narratives and they're meta truths and they're more real than 2 plus 2 equals 4. I need you to hear what I'm saying, and I need you to not hear what I'm not saying here. It's like there's things in a story that are very, very real and very, very true. And sometimes when we grow up as an adult, we're struggling to survive, and we no longer believe in the meta realities and the meta narratives and meta truths that stoke those fires that keep us growing. And what I mean by that is, like, a character can develop and they can change. A character can come into your life, into your story, and completely change everything. An opportunity can appear when it looks like there was no opportunity. It can give you a new lot in life if you choose to take it. Now, that's a challenge, right? You have to grow. You have to accept it. You have to be willing to go through the fires, right? That's the beautiful thing in story. Our attention span may not allow it, but you need to persist through it. Maybe this is your first great challenge, but some of us need to go back and read stories of high fantasy and things like Tolkien and things like stories where there are dragons that exist, where there are challenges, where there are giants, where there is hidden treasure to be found. Because you need to understand that in your own life that there are challenges in front of you that right now you're taking it day by day. You're not rising up to the occasion. You're just taking the hits and you're trying to get enough health and life to stand up and do it again tomorrow. But that if you were to summon every single ounce of strength that's inside of you and to set a higher goal than just surviving and and rise to that and fight that and spend every day contending with faith and with heart and with passion, that in a year or in it might even take a few years, your life could be completely different and better, and it could be shaped by you. And you could be someone that's changing things for the positive and enjoying the process and not getting caught up in the day-to-day stuff and not letting life just happen to you, right? But being the hero in your own story and looking for people to do that with you, right? Looking for people to help shape your narrative, looking for that Gandalf, looking for looking for that Dumbledore, looking for those people that can be a mentor to you, that can be cover for you, that can help you, not save you, right, but help you develop and to become the person that you're meant to be. And maybe that person doesn't even exist for you in the physical world right now, but maybe they can be in story, they can be in those old stories, and they can govern and guide you. Maybe that's what you need, right? To dare to believe, to rekindle faith, to not let that go out. Like there's so many reasons that we could stay the same and that we could not grow. If we want to find an excuse, we absolutely can. But I'm looking for you to find a reason instead, right? To stand and to change. And stories can do that. The right stories, the right narratives. You need to put yourself in that same frame. That's what we learn from books, right? We learn narrative. We learn that characters can change. We learn that settings can change. We learn that things don't have to always be the same. So I encourage you to find a book, maybe even a book that you read a long time ago, maybe a book that you read when you were a child. You need to pick up, and you need kind of the meta narrative, the underlying current, the almost in your subconscious of how you define life and how you define yourself. You need that to begin to change, to stir up something inside of you that can get you to dare to believe again, to dare to wonder again, to dare to believe in better and greater things for yourself, right? So I just encourage you to ground yourself in something because look, life hits you every single day. I ground myself in faith. I ground myself in God. And I'm not saying that that's what you have to do, but you need to at least ground yourself in story. You need to understand that like your life is a story. You are a character in it, and life can just happen to you, or you can understand the moment that you're in, that you're the main character in this story, and you can change it, and you can change it. It might not happen on your timeline. It might not happen in your way, but this thing can get better, and you can grow. So get in some books, guys. Get as powerful as you possibly can become as far as the passion inside of you. Get a great cause. We need a great cause. We can't just read a book and just have selfish motives and that actually bring about good change in our life, right? We all know that we can yearn for things that are empty. We all know that we can satiate ourselves temporarily with things like junk food or even drugs or even just love that's not really love. So as you read these stories, I encourage you to pick some that rightly appraise the good things in life, that you seek the right things. Then you become the person that is powerful enough to steward those things and to find fulfillment in the journey and to find the fulfillment in later stewarding the treasures that you have fought so hard to obtain. So let's dare to believe again. Let's pick ourselves up off the ground. Let's shuck off every excuse, even if it's warranted. Let's get full of passion and full of life. And let's reestablish ourselves and let's go forward. You guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you next time.